So next up, I'm going to show you two really quick little ones. So what we have is we have a gnocchi board. And a gnocchi board is wonderful for making gnocchi, but we can also do two really cool pastas off of this. So we have the one side with the ridges, and then we have the flat side. This is just a normal pasta dough. And if I cut it into little beads, we throw some flour down. We're going to do two different ones. So if I use the notch side, which we see here, this is by pressing it down just like you would gnocchi, you can get a pasta off this. We call this one Gnoccietti. So it's a pasta, but it's done in the way a style of a gnocchi. What you end up with is these really cool notches in the pasta itself. So you want to do a little bit smaller than what I just did there. So these, just taking this dough, and as you're pressing down with your thumb, it kind of rolls off. This is a good pasta to do if you know you have staff, that are going to have some free time in their hands. You want to do a special with these. It looks like it takes a long time, and it does for an order, but what you can always do is kind of have some dough on hand. When you get a little bit of downtime, you can bust this out, and you can have your staff kind of come together for what I used to call a Gnoccietti party. So that's one of the ones. So we can see that's kind of a fun little pasta. And then on the flat side, the other pasta we want to show is the Gnoccietti. And Gnoccietti translates as little ears. So using this flat side, what I want to do is the same piece of dough, but I want to stretch it across there. And what we're trying to do by stretching it across is to get these little ripples in the side of the dough. Those little ripples are actually going to hold your sauce. And then what it also does is it gets this little wonderful cup action going on, and that cup is going to hold that sauce too. So you can sit here and kind of do the Gnoccietti using the back side of these boards to get your little ears. So you have some Gnoccietti, some Gnoccietti, and actually what I'll do is the last one I'll show you is, so we have all this extra spare dough that we want to find a use for. If you have a cheese grater or something like that, we can do what we call grattata. Grattata is like the Italian version of spatzel, and it's a really good use for if you have a bunch of this leftover dough. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your cheese grater and you're going to press that dough right through that cheese grater. Now if you do this too long, you're going to really wear out your thumb, but what's cool about this is it's a perfect use for all this leftover dough. In between, if you have a stickier dough, what you can do is dunk it in a little bit of flour in between. And what you end up with is very similar to what we would see with spatzel. So you can go right onto a sheet pan, throw this in the freezer, and then straight from the freezer into boiling water, and you get some really great pasta out of what would have otherwise been thrown away. So that is grattata.